You want a stool? There's another stool right there.
Fine. What's up, guys? Cooper Carter here for Fractal Audio Systems and G66.
Hi, my name's Larry Mitchell.
And we are here at Larry's 60th birthday celebration at the Sound Wall in Larry's hometown, Opelika, Alabama. And so Larry's going to go through some of his sounds, show you how he's using his FM3 here to get a lot done with the smallest of Fractal's units.
Cool, very cool. So I am going to start with the most important part of my tone is my guitar, which is my model Nags guitar. A little logo there. It's not a plane or a bird or a fish or anything like that. It's got DiMaggio Area 67s and a sax track and a bridge. It's a Nags, Joe Nags. Originally was the custom shop, the private stock department of PRS. So if it looks slightly familiar to you, that. But then the second most important, and I put that in order, but I have actually flown without a guitar and I've flown with my Fractal gear to keep all the sounds together, is the FM3 when I fly, and the FM3 usually at home, and in my rack I have an Axe FX3. And I've been using Fractal gear since 2000, the end of 2007. And I've only, I think, made one mistake, whereas when I first got it, I was blown away, but I didn't have the exact trust yet. And within 2 weeks, I was on the plane to Nagoya, Japan to do the Ibanez 100th anniversary party with Steve Vai, Paul Gilbert, Andy Timmons, and Marty Friedman. And I said, I don't know this thing, so I'm not going to take it. I took some pedals, and I regretted it from the minute we did sound check. And since then, I always have a Fractal. I've made some of the factory presets, as Cooper Carter has done, and I love soundscaping. So when I used to play around New York City and actually traveled in my first bunch of tours, I carried a huge rack with huge tone box with lots of effects, weighed 350 pounds, and then another rack with just power amps. And I don't have anywhere near the flexibility as I have with this, even the smallest Fractal. So I use scenes a lot, one preset per song. I know there's a lot of ways. When I play with a singer-songwriter, I'm using one preset and then scenes for the whole show. When I play my music, I have 40 presets available per, one preset per song, but then up to 8 scenes per preset per song. I'm right now playing through my red sounds. So I do things like I have an intro, like this particular sound. Then goes to a clean lead. To a little bit more. It's hard here. I have to trim my toenails here, but to even more. So that's for one song, and then the outro is like the intro. But the reverb is longer. So a better example of that is what I call living reverb, is there's an auto wah behind the plex delay, or reverb, which is coming from the plex delay. It's slowly moving. So in the beginning of Lunar Drive, big swimming verb. So everything I'm doing, I've pretty much have done in the real world with pedals and amps and stuff like that. There's only a few things that I've created that I hadn't done before. But I'm doing things that I had done at various times with various rigs. So this is the first rig I have that I could do everything in. I've created a rig, like the Edge has done that, where he has recreated every rig that he's used on every record, every U2 record. So in the past, I've done songs from different records and go, oh, I can't do that because it didn't have a ray gun. Or it didn't have, yes, I use a ray gun. Or it didn't have like this stutter effect. Plus the big washy reverb. And I have a song called Tunnel. I utilize the virtual capo. And a lot of times people say that the virtual capo is too much latency, or just remember to turn your volume up past the level that you can hear your actual guitar. So this is a little phase on there. It's also swimming back and forth. It's an intro. And I should probably preface this with, my sounds are stereo. I'm always playing in stereo, but they're very wide in intros and specialty moments in bridges. When I get into the heat of the song, it kind of is dual mono. So like this right now is swimming. Then it goes into the normal sound. I go to a flange for the part B. And then when I do that the second time, it goes into the bridge. And then again, like I said, on bridges and intros and outros, I like the sound to go pretty wide. So what happens there is... back and forth. So that's an example of something I do that uses lots of different sounds and lots of different effects. And I try to bring them in subtly so that you notice something happened, but the core sound doesn't change. The amp tone, everything pretty much stays the same. It's just the effects that kind of weave in and out. Here's a song I did for my first record when I had the Bradshaw rig and 2290, real 2290, which I carried on the bus. Most expensive, probably the most expensive delay I've ever bought, because I bought it back in '88 and carried. I didn't drive in New York City, so I carried it on the bus. Got fifths on there, clean tone. And yes, I played that on the Joan Rivers show, with Joan looking at me like, what are you doing? If you're old enough to remember the Joan Rivers show, with the ray gun. Okay, so one of my favorite things is that I can use the same rig for my acoustic as my electric. And just have a patch here. I have actually several patches for each acoustic song as well. And I have more of that living reverb. And actually you can hear it a little bit more move. So I have it attached to an expression pedal so I can bring the input gain on that reverb down a little bit when I want to play busier notes. I'll show you what I talk about. Thank you very much for watching Fractal Friday. It's Larry Mitchell. Thank you, Cooper. Thank you, Fractal. And I'll see you guys. All right.
Make sure we get those furry feet in there.
All right. What's cup? Yeah, what's cup? That's a thing people say.
What's cup?